So why do code review? So like the most basic, benefit is that it will improve code quality. And kind of code review is just really a manifestation of one of the most important things in tech, which is getting feedback. You get feedback on your behaviors and how to improve, and this also applies to your code. So it's when it comes to anything you do, it is always very valuable to have another human look at it and give you some feedback and advice if they have any. So there's just it makes sense to apply this to code as well. So if I like go through these benefits, yeah, the first one is increasing code quality. That's the one that people are the most familiar with, which is why I added the duh at the end of it. But it's interesting because when you start off being exposed to code review, that's like the main and maybe even only benefit that you're aware of. But as Rahul and I will go through in this presentation, it's actually one of the more shallow ones. It's actually one of the least important uh, uh, benefits of code review. Of course, it's still important and it has a very very real impact on the code and the overall code base. But as we'll go more in depth later, we believe that the more important long-term broader benefits of code review are more around kind of the overall like culture and mechanics of your team. The second benefit is like increasing awareness of like what you're working on. So in the end, like every company is a collection of teams, and then the more in sync those teams are, the better the company performs, and the more effective they are at shipping code and shipping products. So code reviews is a good way for you to kind of cross pollinate like what you're working on with other teams. And the next one, so we've talked about like the feedback, but like in the end, a lot of code reviews benefits doesn't actually have to come from a concrete change. So like when people like kind of more like earlier in career, more junior mentality around code reviews, like I put out, code X, I want to figure out A, B, and C, like these concrete changes I can to improve my code. But a lot of the times you get value from code review from no changes at all, where people will just be like, oh, I want to discuss this more. And then I want to learn more about your approach. And then you just have a discussion on the code review about like, why the code works the way it is and the overall, standards of the code base and the coding culture you're trying to create. And it might end up to like no concrete changes on the diff, but that discussion in and of itself about like how both of you think about code is super valuable, and it essentially levels up the team because like now you're learning from each other. And yeah, number four is just like there's just so many benefits to code review. I love code review like so much. It's like to me the code review is almost like breathing. Whenever I had free time at Facebook, pretty much like I like that those like 10-15 minute blocks in between meetings, I would review a diff because that's just how much I enjoy code reviews. This is just the talk I've been looking forward to giving for a long time.